Hey, what's up, guys? We're going to get started here shortly. Just waiting on Chris to pop in here. Go ahead and start getting your questions in there and drop them in there. We're going to get answering them everything GMB related as usual. Stefan, give me a 1 if you can hear me, buddy. Yes, sir. We're good to go. So just start getting your questions in there. We'll answer them ASAP. I want to send out this email blast for everybody. So just get your questions in here. We'll answer them. All thing Google My Business related. Google My Business related. Let's see here. Download this. How you doing, Stefan? Good evening. Whoop, whoop. Just get ready to send out this email blast, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. It's going good, Tommy. Just waiting on Chris, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm sending out this email blast too while we're waiting on him. He's usually handling his children or his little man. So we're just going to get started here shortly. How's everybody else? How y'all doing? How's the day treating you? I know some of y'all most of y'all just getting up. So Chris just now getting here. What's up, brother?
Right on time. Look at this guy. What
Yes,
do you think,
sir.
right? Huh? Right on time? Not bad today. Dude, is it cold where you are?
No, I've got AC on so I can wear this damn.
Oh, I got the AC on. Dude, it's like freaking 40 degrees here. Oh my God.
Yeah, I got the AC on over here, rocking it out. So,
dude, it's funny. She made me take the. She said, "Chris, take those ACs out of the window." Stat. It's like, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Oh, it's funny.
That's what you gotta do. And wife ain't happy, nobody happy.
Dude, that's it. I tell the little guy that. I tell my daughter that. I'm like, all right, Palmer's, get in a huddle. I tell you guys. You guys can dick around with me, but when mom's around, you guys better follow the freaking rules.
I'm the good guy. We have a little girl that lives with us, and I just woke up because I hadn't been feeling good, and she goes, for instance, she just goes, she tells my wife, she goes, "What's wrong with your husband? He's angry. His eyebrows are like yours."
He's angry.
And I was like, "No, I'm not angry. Not angry at all.
Not yet."
Yeah. But it's funny.
I haven't been angry since I was 22 years old. No, December 7th of 2007. I don't know how old I was, 21. I was very angry.
I just changed my mic. Can you hear me still, Chris?
Man, I hear you great. What kind of mic is that?
Okay. That's a HyperX.
That sounds good.
It's this little bad boy.
It's the red one, right? Yep, I saw those.
So pretty. I got it because it's pretty.
That actually sounds really good. It's got a nice sound to it.
Yeah, you have a couple of buttons on here where you can make it where it's just straight in front of you, surround sound, or above. So it's, and then on top of it, it drowns out, if you will, the any noise and stuff. It does its best job it can. So,
dang. Well, this one's far away from me. I think this one sounds good. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It does sound good.
It better sound good.
Had someone asked me, he's like, "What are you using for a camera now?" I said, "Now I finally got my Canon 600D set up. Trying to
600D.
Yeah, it's a Canon EOS 600D.
So you went the Canon route instead of the Sony route, huh?
I went the free route.
I like free. Dude, I like free. I love free.
Yeah, I went the free route. My son-in-law gave that to me, so
you're like, all right, let me hold that.
Yeah, he had a he has a BMW motorcycle or Beamer that he sold, and I was like, you don't have to sell it. Get put it in my possession, I'll take care of it for you.
Yeah, I'll watch that sucker for you.
he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that one though.
No.
Yeah.
Boy, where's he going? What, do you get booked or something?
No, he's got a bunch of them. He just sells them. He's got like 5 motorcycles, so he decided to sell them.
I thought he's like he's going up north for like 4 years. Dude, I gotta get rid of all my stuff.
No, I told him to say, just let me borrow it. I have a motorcycle. I like driving motorcycles.
Do you? Man, I used to love that when I was a young man. But dude, I feel scared now. I get scared now. Like my cousin.
No, I did have a scary moment. I went to drive out of the first time ever. I mean, it really slowed my ass down was I came out of the driveway onto the main road. There's a semi truck right in front of me.
Yeah.
Coming towards me. And when I went to turn, I pressed the gas really hard, went down, and then I hit the sand. And because I hit the sand, it slid all the way down, and luckily I was able to pull it back up. But that scared the shit out of me because I said I would have went straight towards that damn semi.
Dude, that would have been it for me, man. That to me is like God saying, "Hey, hey, you, stop."
No, I ride it once in a while now. If I go anywhere, I use my truck. So.
Oh man, I would have been so shook. Like, okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm done. I'm so done.
Right. Got all the
that fell off, but
no, I've never fallen. Thank God.
Wait, you don't get. So wait a minute. So wait, do you guys have churches over there?
Yeah, they got tons of churches over here. Catholic, mainly Catholic over here. So
Catholic churches, that's interesting. I don't know if that's good for the SEO channel, but they're freaking demonetize us for talking about that.
No, you mainly have Catholics, and then you have it's either Catholic or Muslim usually over here. So yeah.
Dude, I don't want to get demonetized, bro. Well, it's your channel. Yeah, hey.
No, we're monetized as much as possible. I'm gonna start throwing in some. I'm gonna start throwing in when I do some videos next week. I'm gonna be starting to throw in some, movie memes. So I'm hoping I can let that fly without getting demonetized or some shit.
Well, I learned a lot of tricks. I may or may not have other channels that we were uploading videos and shows and locked up abroad, stuff like that.
Okay.
So like flip it over.
Mm-hmm.
And then just every 15 seconds, if you can just slightly modify, because within your bar for the sound, every 15 seconds, if it's something that you shouldn't have, every 15 seconds, switch up the audio. So even if you
it's literally like I'll show you. It's a pretty cool website. So I'm thinking about changing up some things on my videos to make them more engaging or whatever. But let's say like this.
But you can get off 15 seconds is what I'm getting at with the music.
Yeah, it's not music. It's like movie type stuff. So let's say Joker Burn. See if I can show it. It's like stuff like this. Where is it at? Here we go. Like this. Being able to show something like that.
Joker Burn. Guitar
6 seconds. Most of them are like 6 or 7 seconds.
Oh yeah, that's nothing. That's you could get that
Like
off.
that part.
So little animations in between. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably start doing some of that. Just like
What do you have
switch it up a
somebody
bit.
that's? I'm sorry to cut you. Do you have somebody that's helping you edit?
You're looking at them, bro. You're looking at them.
Damn, bro. That's why. See, I tried some of that stuff, but I was like, damn, this is slowing me down by another 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically. I like doing like you is like doing like the I'll do the 10-minute little punchy stuff and do the videos. And I told him so to actually do that, I'm gonna have to get the file ready and
that's it, man.
stream direct because I have a stream deck on the way, but to do it live is one thing. To actually do it when I'm just doing 10-minute punchy videos is something different.
That's my fave. Lights, idea, action.
Yeah, that's what I like.
I might be like walking around out here. I'm like, I could whatever else I'm doing, something will come to me and I'll be like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll just come in here. Hello.
Yeah, my wife's gonna be putting a whiteboard up like you got, so I can go. For instance, if I have an idea, just throw it up there. Someone asked me during the week, I could throw it up there, and then make a video on that because that's generally speaking what we've been doing.
And it thinks on you, and then too, like if I'm reading in the forums, and you'll see like every now and again, like what's the word I'm looking for? The aged people, like the aged people aren't talking anything, but some of the new guys might come in there and say something, and I'll be like, oh. I'll write that down. Oh, this is pretty nice. So let me go explore this idea.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like in the Craigslist area too, like where they shouldn't even be saying anything. And I'm like, you're scraping what? With what? Oh, cool. Da-da-da. Good looking on that. Report. No. Moderator, move this guy.
Let's see here. We got some questions coming in finally.
Get this guy out of here.
I dropped that SOP in the back end of the group, by the way. If you want it. What we discussed with the RSS feed.
Well, how do I get in the group?
You're already in it. I'll send you access again. But
is it a different URL?
Yeah, it's different URL. Everything's in the back end. I'll send it over to you. Give me 1 second. But now I also have a new channel that's basically inside of it. Once you see it, it'll say SOPs, and every week I'm dropping my SOPs in there.
Oh man,
but yeah,
that's kind of interesting. That's a I mean, I don't know. I think that's a next level step, but that's like a paid group though, right?
That's a paid group. Everything I give away in there is paid. So that's
like. It's one thing to show somebody the blueprint, but to give somebody the blueprint is a whole nother story.
Yeah.
I might be able to show you once or twice, and you can go back over it. But even like, I'm sure when you do something, even though you have it memorized, even when you go and do it, do you follow step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4? You're like,
no, I don't have to
skip over step 4 and 5.
It's like even Holly had asked me, for instance, with that SOP, she's did it live whenever we were doing it. She says, have you tried embedding it on the Google sites? I was like, oh yes, it works. Trust me, it works. We were talking about iframes today and how you could take if you will,
I was surprised
stuff and do some stuff.
Dude, I'm
not going to say too much, but
we
were talking about doing iframes and what you can do with iframes.
I like frames a lot.
Chris is what turned me on to fucking doing some of this shit with iframes. So
they're nice. They're very effective.
Useful.
They're very useful. I like that. They're very useful. They're very useful. I like making up stuff with them too.
Mm-hmm. Doing all types of stuff.
But I was onto that. you were doing something really unique with images that I stumbled onto and I never talked about ever. And I always think it's fun when I find something else. I'm like, oh, you figured that out too. Because nobody talks about that out in the open. So that's always good. I never see anybody talking about it in the open, because if they did, I would have found it.
Yeah, I told him Chris is he likes to figure this stuff out. We'll show you this real quick. So this is the Academy, Rank Fortress Academy. And then if you go down here, all of this is in the back end. I just sent you login information, by the way.
It's always for sale, always?
Technically speaking, everything.
Yeah, I learned that. I mean, I don't want to.
I mean, what I'm wanting to do is probably I'm going to get rid of this. But the thing is, I'm thought about getting rid of all of it except GMB Pros, because all of it's in GMB Pros. And then the SOPs are down here. So all of this stuff every week is where I'm adding all this shit. So today we did the PDF review SOP, PDF sharing sites, all do follow links, like 140 something of them. Citations, master list, Google review widget.
Cool.
So, but yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
There are some things I hold close to my chest that I won't put back there regardless. So
yeah, and then every now and again,
it's few and far between.
And I don't see. I tried at first making a streamline to the sales and always having everything for sale, and I noticed it started getting stagnant. But as I started taking things away and making things not for sale all the time and not blasting the link always, like people are stumbling onto, oh, this guy's got stuff for sale, dude, and they'll be like 2 or 3 items, and I'll be like, oh, wait a minute, if I kind of like
that's what I had done at one point. Was I took all of it and said, because I'm just trying to get the, if you will, the membership. So I took those, made them courses, and now most people just go, we'll just become a GMB Pro. Why would I want to do that other stuff if I just become a pro? But the thing is, what most people get, okay, they get the free tools and all that, but let's say they cancel membership. Well, you just lost $16,000 worth of tools. You don't get to have those tools if you leave. So you leave, it's cut.
And then are you consistently adding, if you come up with something cool, do you throw it in there?
Yep.
So that's nice.
Consistently. So right now we're developing a SEO audit tool. We got that, and I got some other, if you will, things I'm trying to figure out. And if we come up with them, then we'll slap them in there too. But things that make our life easier.
Right. You're brave with those tools, man. So nothing that has to be consistently updated, I'm assuming, right?
No, they do. They do.
Man. See, that's crazy.
So like the schema, most people are like, okay, for the schema tool and then the location page plugin, we're adding stuff quite often. So we'll have to update it at least once a month. So my boys are constantly thinking of different ways we can update stuff and change things. How can we get rid of this? How can we add this? And then I'll come up with ideas. So, and then I immediately call them in and they're like, oh God,
Hey boys, gather around. Come in here real quick.
I got another idea about something. And
dude, they would hate me.
Yeah. They're like, what's going on?
I'd wake up and everybody be gone.
Yeah. That little idea me and you had talked about, I have an idea. Can y'all do this? And that's when they said, oh yeah, we could do that. Just when he's ready, just let me know. So
yeah, I was actually urinating in the wind, trying it another way. And that costed me quite a bit of time and some effort.
Yeah.
I would say don't try that.
Don't be in the wind.
Don't be in the wind. Yeah. I tried it. It works, but it's not scalable.
Hey, Stefan.
Maybe I'll make a training out of it. It could be good for a couple guys, though.
Well, they're still asking for G stacks, so I'm waiting on that G stack.
Are easy.
Well, they're waiting on you to come in there and go, let's do the G stack training, because I got a bunch of them that want it. Now I'm like, I'm not the G stack dude. You're the G stack dude. So whenever you're ready.
All right,
ready.
today. Let's do it.
Let's go.
I'm thinking like, well, man, I'll be ready. And then like I had a solar panel guy come to me.
Just
He had a
tell
big
me
project, and
if
I'm like,
if you go like
I'm
in
like,
2
all right, come on.
days, you gotta give me at least a day, at least
I know.
24 hours of notice.
I'm a spur of the moment kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, like I get it. I'm like, all right, come on, let's go. You know, that's kind of like with trips and stuff too. Like I'll be
Now
on
that
my
I am
Facebook
that way.
scrolling, and I'll be like, oh wait, they're doing a I don't know, a haunted attraction. All right, let's go. I get excited.
Hey, Facebook user. Good evening, Will. Whoop whoop. Whoever you are. Tommy Finnan. How's all, guys? Hope all is well. Everything's great. How are you, Tommy?
Hey, Tommy.
Trans Canada, the Filipino bomber.
Filipino bomber. Yo, I just got a crazy image in my mind. I can see William. He's got the glasses with the headphones on with the hood up like this. You ever see those black and white shirts? Do you remember those when they came out when that dude did that horrific act?
Watch this. You gonna like this one, Chris. You ready? The Filipino bomber.
Dude, you can probably get that off, man.
Throw this on real quick, Willie.
That's a thumbnail, bro. That would get some clicks with no text, just like down like this. That would get some clicks, bro. And then just write black hat.
Everyone, or I'm gonna make one be like, everyone wants to be a black hat till black hat needs to be done.
Oh man, dude, sometimes I get like, you're a busy guy. I'm a busy guy. Yeah. We talk to a lot of busy people that are actually doing a lot of work. I run across some very strange things out there in the world. I'm thinking to myself, like I would never even excrete the time or effort or energy on anything that didn't add to my pile.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it didn't help me get back something or for them, I don't, you know what I mean? If it isn't for me or for my little guy, like I don't even waste time.
That's why I like talking to you and Holly Eller about this space. Y'all keep me sane, or come down here. Don't worry about this shit.
Yeah,
because otherwise it's like, in my mind, I'm going like, what type of individual wastes time on some of this ridiculous ass shit I see? Dude, I'm like, absurd. do you not have your own business to run? I mean, do you not have your own life? I mean, I can see why a lot of times these people are not producing content. It's like, you have no time. You're fucking around with everybody else.
Oh, it's crazy.
You know, you're in everybody else's world. You know, wake up with a heart on someone else. It's like, please.
Or maybe just like, blow really? 2 hours because you woke up with a heart on. No,
it's like ridiculous, man. I ain't got time for that crap. It's like, if you look at my calendar, I got like 13, 14 calls a fucking day. If I have like 10 calls, that's a slow damn day for me.
How many calls?
10 to 14 every day.
Yes. Now, see, you're getting busy. I am.
My wife's ready. She's like, listen, I want to slow this shit down. I want a normal life. This is like crazy.
Oh man,
she's in the other room. She just went, that's right.
See, that's my wife and I had that talk early on. You know, we had like, dude, there's no slowing this ship down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
welcome to the grind.
This week's actually been a pretty slow week. We got one, and that's because we started 3 classes. We got on Monday, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tuesday, I had 5. Today, I had 10. Tomorrow, I get another 12. You know, dude, last week was insane. Man. So,
dude, you're clicking. That's so good, man. I'm so glad I got you early. I'm like, Willie, dude, this dude's. I mean, I could see that you actually had not everybody's hungry, but I was seeing it and I was like, man, this dude's, I keep seeing him popping. I keep seeing him popping up and he's being consistent. So I watched you for another month and I was like, all right.
I try, man.
Hit him up.
You want to see something pretty?
Get down or lay down.
Maybe I was like,
this guy's coming, so I might as well get on with him.
Love it. Let's go show you this. You'll like it. Oh, I think you'll like it. Watch this. This is the stream, what the traffic's been like since, certain things have been happening.
That's awesome, dude.
I woke up and I literally was at like the beginning of the week. I was at 3,400 subscribers. We're at 3,700 now. I was like, what the fuck?
It'll feel like a time warp. I mean, and you've been pretty consistent with the effort pushed forward. Plus, then you're meeting people, dude. Then it seems, well, you might even be starting to feel it. Then it starts, but you have to stay with a smile because you have to, like, there's always new people that are asking. It's the same kind of questions over and over, but it's always new people that you're trying to help because you never know. You could help them.
I've talked about pin drops like 30 times. Just go to Chris's channel and pin drop.
I've made 4 videos. It's like quarterly. You got to refresh everything because you never know who's entering the space, and they might need help with something. And I'm like, man, I've already made this video 3 times, but okay, I'm gonna do it one more time,
over and over and over, same stuff. So, but yeah,
it's all right though. Repetition, it's good for you. Feels good.
But yeah, it's kind of like when I grew the Facebook group. I went through these phases. You'd go really, really hard. It was like everything, nothing would grow. Then it hit a certain level and it grow, then it plateaus. And then once I hit around probably about 8,000, it just went warp. It was like, just breathe on it. And it would be like, I was getting probably close at one point several thousand a week.
Yeah, that's intense. You want to know the only reason I even started a channel? Maybe I shouldn't even utter his name. But dude, man, maybe 4 years ago, Chase just created. Like he was just like talking about like step 1, do this. Step 2, you have to do this. And I was thinking to myself, I was looking at him, and at the time he was, for YouTube, he was the guy. And I was like, all right, if this is the layout and this is what's working.
I mean, that's the same. If you really look at like him and some other ones, it's like the reason why they're at the top, they're producing 1,400 fucking videos in a damn year. And the only way you can do that is pumping out like I'm currently going, okay, let's do 2 videos a day. Because at that rate, I'll have 800 something damn videos in a year. At that rate, you want to talk about Google My Business or Google My Business SEO, you'll have to come through me to get to it.
You'd have to see you. You have to see you. Like right now, even if you don't run into you, I was just checking to see. Even if you click on, say, somebody that ranks really high, who one of the guys, right? An academy kind of guy, you still show up suggested. So I was like, all right, good. So if they run into him, they might run into me, it's just a circle. Same with you. Like if you go look up Chris Palmer, if you look in the side corner, I see Craig Campbell, William Jones. I'm like, okay. So it's a complete circle. It's cool,
and then like in every single one of my videos at the end screen, I have suggested videos, me and you, our interviews and our talks, and then one other video. So they're constantly being pushed to your channel and my channel type stuff.
Yo, you see, you're crazy. You're crazy like me. See, I think about this stuff too. That's the kind of stuff I think about. It's, dude, top of the funnel, baby. Right?
Why should I worry? It's like I was telling someone today. I said, Chris is the man. I said, because we were actually it was a client call, and he's following you. He follows me. I said, that's why I promote him. I said he's a good guy. I said him and Holly both keep my feet on the ground and keep me not from doing stupid shit. Being
Holly's always
silent.
fun to talk to. I like Holly.
Yeah, I talked to her this morning before class, and I was like, Holly, what should I do? She's like, just shut up. Just keep doing what you're doing. You got so much good going. Don't worry about, dogs barking.
Well, sometimes you maybe throw something to go fetch.
I wouldn't even call him a dog. I call him a chihuahua. It's like a chihuahua.
My dog bothers me. I go get him a bone. I'm like, all right, Hayes, here. Oh man, maybe we should. I don't know. Maybe
Let's see here.
It's funny.
That's
Oh, I
scary.
feel so much better now, dude. I woke up, you know, when you wake up and you're kind of like, it's freezing and you're like kind of groggly, you know. I feel a lot better now. I feel warming up now.
My stomach was upset, so I had to take a shower before I came out here and hopefully feel better when I go back upstairs. But
did you see that Clarity thing? Did you play around with that Microsoft Clarity thing? Free heat maps, free session recordings.
Oh no, not yet.
Freaking cool! Right inside.
I did see. I don't know if you saw this yet. Facebook's doing they're going to rebrand, and they're renaming. They're talking about doing it the basically Meta World or Metaverse. They're changing things. Yeah, so I'm kind of like, what the fuck are y'all going to do now?
Dude, I don't know if I would do that. That seems kind of
crazy.
It's crazy talk. I wouldn't slow down that boat. If I was doing that, I would ride that till the wheels fell off. I mean, I'd be trying to. Yep. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's cool, man. Stefan says, "Hi guys. A service area business is harder to rank than a listing with an address."
Showing an address, not in all cases. It really depends on the competitors. So if I'm looking at the board and I can see that top performers are showcasing their address, then if I want to be competitive, it's just like when you're analyzing off-page and on-page factors. If I want to be competitive, even to be in the race, I have to match and mirror. And then I can start optimizing up. So for me, it's if I see everybody.
What are they doing? What's your competition doing? You know, not just necessarily, hey, here's a cookie cutter solution.
For sure. Now that doesn't mean you can't slide in there, but why put yourself at a disadvantage?
Yeah.
You know, so.
Facebook user, the embedded Google reviews PDF that you demoed in the GMB towing course, if the site has several locations, do you add the PDF onto the equivalent pages instead of the footer? I only put it in the footer. If it has several, well, number one, I mean, that might be for you. I don't do websites with multiple GMBs. That's just not my thing. I do one website, one GMB. If I have multiple GMBs, I do multiple websites.
I think
the closest you'll get me to do is do a subdomain name with those GMBs with separate locations. But even then, I'm going to try to do some other stuff with it. That's specifically just straight black hat, but you know, not standard stuff. But what do you say about that? Because I had someone else ask me about that again today, and that's what he's been doing is he's trying to put, you're talking dozens and dozens and dozens of GMBs, up to 100 or so on one website.
I've never done hundreds, but 5, 10, 17, all going into the same website is fine. I mean, take a look at Orkin, take a look at McDonald's, take a look at Roto-Rooter, any of these types of sites. These guys have hundreds. All going into the same. Google ranks pages, not sites. So if I can send it into an internal page or a subfolder, I can win. I like the subdomain, but then there's a lot of extra work that has to go on. You have to build new trust. I like going this way because that way I can keep the trust that I've already built. So you can do it. The easiest, fastest path is what William said. Brand new site. Yeah. It's only another 15
I'll
bucks.
Try to do. Rackus, I don't know. Rackus SEO. Hello, guys. Got a question on Google stacking. Do you need to attach a domain name to the Google site to publish it?
No. You can. You could, buy a domain or whatnot. Are we talking about the business site, or you're literally the G site that you'd utilize inside of a stack? I guess the G site.
The G site, yeah.
The G site, just use the G site. You can just use a G site, and in some SERPs, you might even be able to rank it. If Google is going to allow that type of activity, it really depends on the SERP. You got to look around. So say if you want to rank for, I don't know, digital marketing, like digital marketing might call for, but digital marketing expert might allow it, or digital marketing consultant or digital marketing agency. Like start looking around, see if there's any other G sites or any Web 2s for that matter. Because if there is, you might be able to slide in there.
Nice. Hi, Beat. Hey, guys. Hey, Hi, Beat. Do we use Surfer SEO?
My writer uses it. So sometimes I'm forced. You know, like if I need a lot of content fast and I don't want to go rip it and flip it and then run it through Pop. And I just want to outsource it because there's so much, like there's no way I'm going to go do all that copy pasting. It comes back with Surfer. Like that's what she uses. I don't care. No qualms there. But as far as like, if we're looking at the two, I mean, come on.
This is going to get so many views.
Hopefully.
I'll tell you something I've been doing, which, you know, with the videos that have been getting a lot of views, I've been told, or I've been accused of doing CTR on my videos.
No.
And I told them, said, no, I'm actually not doing CTR in the way that you're thinking, but in the many other ways that you can do CTR, I am, such as blasting it out to an email list of 60,000, such as asking people to comment, such as sending people in the groups to it. Yeah, that I'm doing, such as saying, hey, comment below and you'll get a SOP. Yeah, I'm doing that. If you want to call that CTR, go right ahead. But
that's
sending micro workers or sending fake traffic, nope.
No.
Nada.
Not.
It's not. It's going to hurt yourself on top of it. Could possibly damage your channel.
Yeah, I'd skip that. I could see sharing it though. Why not?
Tommy, I mean, we do that. We go, for instance, hey, go watch, like after this is done, tomorrow I'll go, hey, go watch Chris Palmer's replay and William, and then I resend it back out, you know. So Tommy, they say you should learn something new every day. So far today, I haven't learned anything. I'm counting on you guys. Oh, let's see here.
Tommy, did you see Clarity? Dude, free heat maps and session recording. That software is generally pretty expensive. It's free. Giving it up for free. You run in CTR using micro workers. You want to record everybody? There it is. It's kind of fun.
So doing blog articles that mention the address and the business and the blog title with map embeds and driving directions from an extended location to the actual address of the GMB. Does this work to extend the map ranking area?
Where's that at again? That's really long.
I'll put it back up. Yep.
All right.
Doing a blog article that mentions the address of the business with the blog title with map embeds and driving directions from an extended area back to their main address. Does that work to extend the proximity?
I mean, that's hard to quantify, right?
What I normally do, and I showed this in one of the other videos this week, was I go into your GMB Insights, and you know the little driving direction, the bright little purple map that everybody ignores. And sometimes you got bright areas, sometimes it's really dark purple, sometimes it's light purple. The lighter areas, if I'm trying to expand proximity, I'll go in and say, let's write a blog article or a post about that specific area, the things to do, driving directions in that area from there to a GMB. And it does help. You know, that's what I do, at least. That's one of the many things I do.
It does help, but I mean, it's hard to, well.
The only way you're going to quantify is go, I'm only going to do this one thing and nothing else. And
yeah, like you got a lot of other stuff going on, plus all the work you did before. Then you add a page just by simply adding, like, I'm sure. But is it the driving directions? Is it the map? Is it the embed? Is it just having the page? You know, you'd have to break that down to say, hey, is it the combination of everything? It's kind of hard to, I'm sure it does help. I wouldn't do it for every location though, but that's
it gets very time consuming. Facebook user, make sure to, by the way, give StreamYard permission so we can actually see your names, guys. Hi, Chris. You mentioned in a previous video that you can use pin drops to get a knowledge panel for exact match keywords under search volume 600. Can you explain this a bit further?
I probably never would have said an exact number, right? But with that being said, yes, you most certainly can. I've won under, 1,200, under 1,000, certain panels in different areas, like buying homes and things like that. Yeah. Expand on it further. Create a pin using an exact match in a particular area that you know that it's weak. So if I go to a location and I have somebody that wants me, say I have a client and I know he'll pay me no matter what, and it's a nationwide campaign. Well, I'm going to start looking. I'm going to start going, well, where is their money? Florida. Okay. Where in Florida is it not overly competitive? Right? I go look at a board, and in a 20-mile radius, how many other pins am I competing with? How many guys are here? If there's less than 10 or less than 8, okay, let's run. If there is, then I'll just move up. Like, okay, I'll just move over here.
Take this entire area
That's
down.
really it. That's exactly what I do. I mean, just like that. Same with the travel club. Same thing. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Trance. What's the best way to rank videos in multiple locations for a service company? 15 locations to be precise.
I would, for me, if I had 15 different locations, I'd create 15 separate channels. We're talking about videos.
Yep.
And I'd create 50 videos for each channel, all targeting every single keyword that would even matter for that business. But I'd start with about 50, but each locale would have its own channel though. That's probably what I would do, because that's what you do for a client. You pick on a client, you get all their keywords, you get their keyword list, you start separating your categories by their services, and then you fill in all the questions inside the videos. Any ones that have, video carousel or a video result. That's it, man.
Nice. Yeah, I'm waiting for Holly to come out with her, basically doing that 100-day challenge, because I'm also going to help some of the students too. Basically, let's do some live takeovers. Because on page 1, I was showing some today in the class. Is like, for instance, like one of them, I said, I'm popping videos up on page 1. And then on top of the videos, I'm getting my embeds. You asked me the other day this, are the embeds being actually indexed and showing up? And they are. And then on top of the embeds, then the Google News sites are showing up. So
that's an interesting statement. Embeds are showing up in the SERP.
Yep. The embed URLs are showing up and popping up.
Oh, but is the video showing up? Is on wherever it was embedded, is that address, that URL showing up as the video?
Yes.
That's crazy. Wow. Come on, Google.
By the way, you asked me the other day, so we were talking about this. So so ctrmanipulation.com, we put in a bid. I put in a 2K bid for it and nothing. But I don't use it yet. I do own clickthrough-rate-manipulation.com. I do own that one.
That's wild.
Yeah, I've never used it, but I have it. I was trying to buy the other one and that one at the same time. So
that's crazy.
What's the best way to rank up? You got it. Go ahead.
No, I just think that's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it afterwards. It's like, yeah, we were talking about that. I forgot. Yeah, I do own that one. So let's see here. Okay. Yes, make it bigger. Yep. I don't know what you mean, make it bigger, but I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about, because Marcus is the one asking about multiple locations. All right, we'll let this pop up in here. I run an escort agency. Beyond escorts, is it a good idea to have my Google My Business, or will this work against me, please?
Well, I think I may or may not have worked with a agency in New York. And there's nothing wrong with being a entertainer, right? I think there's multiple variations or different types of, you're not going to, I don't know if there's a category. I don't remember looking for that specifically. I don't see why not. I wouldn't run it under the actual name, and I wouldn't run it under, even if they have a category for that. I don't think they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. But maybe entertainer or something like that. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't? Why not? Then when you have a client or client search, who else? No, I guarantee you that a majority of the other people are not going to have the heart to go out and do that, especially the lower level people. But the people that are running the agencies, you might have only a few competitors. You know,
Yep.
I would run that, man. And you probably do very, very well. Then when you're handing out your cards or you're doing whatever and they pass off to their friends, they could search and then it looks even more legit. You could up your prices then. Anyway.
Nice. Let's see what else we got here. How many all-nighters have guys had already? I don't even know what you're referring to, but I don't do all-nighters. Chris is the marathon man.
Tons.
I don't do this shit anymore.
Tons.
Countless. I seen you, I think yesterday or the day before, you're like half falling asleep like this. And you're like, I'm getting tired. My brain's foggy. I need to go to sleep. This is like 5 hours later. And I'm like, if I could, I'd go, Chris, fucking sleep. Sleep, brother. Sleep. Doing 4-hour marathons and shit. So
sometimes I'm just like, well, I have this project. I know this client's cool.
I know.
And
you just show it. And then this, but it's like, oh my God, man. Yes, of course you're tired. It's only 1 a.m. in the morning. No reason to be tired. So the Endurance Factory truth, finding a good time to get on a call with you is almost harder than finding a winning lottery ticket. One of the downfalls, I guess, of living in the Philippines is I'm only available from 9:30 a.m. my time, which is 9:30 p.m. East Coast time, and then 9 a.m. I'm generally, up, so I have less time available. Mainly, if you want to be with me, you're going to have to put some effort to it.
Well, that's another deterrent, though, which is good.
Yeah.
It can be helpful.
And then, if you want to talk, you're going to have to pull out the card. Don't just talk just to talk. But I like talking to people. Really, if you want my time, come into the classes. That's the best time, really, because we do Ask Me Anything. You get myself, you get Chris, you get Holly. Like tomorrow, we'll have Brent, Mike Merlino. I believe Holly will be in there. So, it's a little bit of everything. Let's see.
I have I have to see I'm going to see my little guy out at 9, and then I have a client right at 9. So I'll have to run today.
I have one as well at 9:30. He's my last call today. So let's see here. What else we got? Steve Mover. Chris is on the spot and always does it with a smile. That's a fact.
There's something about that. I did a lot of reading on that. So
it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm just an overall happy. Like even people that actually know me, I'm just I'm a pretty happy. I do exactly what I want every single day. Yeah. It's like a nerd's paradise at my where I work.
You got to do what the hell you want to do every damn day. When you want to do it, you ain't got to worry about everybody. I told someone the other day, I said, yeah, I got it. They're like, man, you put in so many hours, 14-hour days and shit like that.
Didn't even
feel
it.
I said, yeah, but guess what? Can you take off a month and not and still get paid and still receive money and not have to worry about bills and your team runs shit and you ain't got to worry about it? No, you can't do that. But guess who can? So.
Yeah, I don't know about a month, a week or two.
Yeah, I've been gone. I went the first time I went away for, it was supposed to be a week and it became a month. And that was because of COVID. And then me and my wife got sick and then stayed gone. And then the second time we did it was for about a week. So I know about how long we can stay gone and nothing falls apart. So beyond escorts, I've taken my page from page 40 to the top of page 2 in 1 year. Things are really starting to liven up client wise, but not registered with Google My Business in case it works against me. It shouldn't work against you. Plenty of freaking strip joints and stuff have GMBs.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Anderson, good morning. Good morning, Anderson. CBD cakes installed. Bing Clarity some strange videos of people interacting with my site. I'm going to have to do a video on this Bing Clarity, Chris.
Yeah, I did one yesterday. As soon as it was live, I was like, "Oh, this thing is freaking cool, man."
Yeah, I'll have to check this thing out. Let's go here and
it's pretty cool.
Put it on my handy dandy little notepad here.
I'm waiting for Google's
ideas.
Where's Google's at? You know,
and they need to get their shit together. Someone was asking me about that today, and it's just like, you know, one of the many problems we have with Google, but they are the main person. So CBD, I'll have to take a look and get into it. Steve Mover Will, with what you showed us the other day in your class on the Will Stack RSS feed, why do you hot link photos when you're already pulling that information? Because of what I do with those photos after the fact. If you listened in the class, it's not just the fact of taking that information and put it in there. It's what am I doing with it after it? What type of traffic am I sending after the fact? You know, because we are using a 4G network mobile, you know, we are sending CTR traffic to it. But go back to the class, rewatch it again, and you'll see why. Let's see here. Steven. Hi, Chris. Love you at the Underground SEO event.
Cool, man.
All right, got one more here. What do you guys think about hybrid business? Are they easy to rank versus a physical location business? Is there any way to find out my competitors?
Like who? I think it's just like anything else. It's going to be like who's in front of you? How long have they been there? What's their budget? You know, how much cake's floating around in that particular industry? If it's guys running around with a whole bunch of budget every month, probably going to have some trouble. Like there's some industries I get to and I'm looking at the comp and I'm like, this is pretty easy. Then you start working and you're like, oh, wait a minute. This might be a little tougher. You know, we might have to pull out some, so man, I'd really take a look, you know, at that. You know, what kind of budget's floating around? Who's in front of you? How long have they been there? Because it might take you a little longer than you're thinking, and it's going to cost you way more than what you're thinking. That's why I like performance.
So, you know, what are your thoughts on duplicate content, Steven? What are your thoughts on duplicate content across websites?
You know, I think that duplicate who? Duplicating yourself, or taking from other sources and reformatting. I think that it could be utilized, and I think you'll do well. You'll probably won't outrank the top competitor for the main keyword that you're taking for. But if you let's say, for instance, that you go take digital marketing agency and you change out all the words agency and switch it to expert, and you take that from Miami and then go over to LA with that same content, you might do pretty well with it as long as you have the other factors in place. So that form of duplicate can be effective. But if we're talking about duplicating yourself over and over and over again, I don't, you know, one of them will do very well, and Google's going to choose for you. Nice. Unless you rel it.
All right, that's the end of the questions for now. If y'all got some more questions, get them in here. We got about 30 people in here, so
yeah,
get them in. Chris has got about another 8 or so minutes, and I got another call after the fact. So,
yep.
Get it while the getting's hot.
Yeah, I like to see my little guy out. He'll be going with my wife to preschool. So nice. That'll be fun. And then after that, I meet with a gentleman named Paul.
Paul.
Yep. It just says Paul.
Paul.
Yep. Paul it is today.
And then later on today, you got ODYS, right? With Craig, you got a Q&A later on today too. So
Yep, we'll hop on at 12. That'll be fun.
So in about 3 more hours, y'all guys should check out Chris over at Craig Campbell's station on YouTube, because he's going to be doing another Q&A, and Craig's always dropping some knowledge bombs too. So check them out. Unfortunately or fortunately, I will be asleep probably, unless I actually go upstairs and stay on my phone like I usually do. My wife will smack me. Be like, get off the fucking phone.
These things happen.
Yeah, if I have it with me, I'm just on it. So I have to basically leave it outside on a charger, like at least 2 or 3 rooms away from me.
I noticed the big webinar that dude is running a new campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So I like walking through there, see what they're up to. I want to see what like who's the best that takes these guys and does these things for them.
Mm-hmm.
And he only comes out like once every 3 years, but he's got a live one right now. So
Nice.
I've been weaving through there without having to buy anything.
I love it.
Yeah.
Told him, I'm not stealing, I'm repurposing. What are you talking about it? I'm reformatting this shit.
Yeah. Hey, I reformat all the time.
That is SEO. Just in case I've tried to say this, but no one wants to listen to me. It's SEO. Learn something from somebody else. You do it better. You throw in your shit. That is not called stealing. This is what we call SEO. Learn from other people, man. It's like, if you look at, I could tell you, it's like I learn from Chris. I learned from Holly. I've seen Chase do some shit. I've seen Neil Patel do some shit. And I've thrown all that into a mixing pot, and I mix it up together. And that's what I got now.
That's right.
All right, here we go. All right. So Trance, after going through the GMB Pros content, I'm just wondering, how's client retention after ranking their GMBs compared to owning the asset like rank and rent? So if you know me very well, I actually do rank and rent. I actually have my own agency. I do rank and rent. And then on top of that, I do courses. And then on top of that, I do affiliate. So I do a little bit of everything. Now, when I get someone ranked, the next level is I can teach their VAs how to maintain those SEO rankings, or they can go onto a maintenance plan. Most of our clients are with us for at least 6 months to a year. So our retention is pretty high, especially for seeing that we're on a month to month. I don't do 1 year contracts, half a year contracts, or nothing like that. So we will have people that we have to give, let go of or whatever, but it's not as often as usual.
No performance.
You
don't rock like that.
I've thought about it now. I have, as of late, have had people come to me wanting national SEO, and I've been like, yeah, I really don't do that. Don't want to do it. But I told a guy the other day, I said, now, if you have the money, we could talk about it, because, you're talking about a year or so, 6 months to a year. And you're talking about, if I do this, it's going to be at least about $7,000 a month. Do you got that kind of money? And a lot of times it's, no, I don't have that kind of money. So, or yes, I do, then we can talk, but if you don't have that kind of money, why are you even bothering? Oh, by the way, that brand new website, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So far, it's pulling in about 15 new terms ranking in white label, the white label field. So, and I got another, 50,000 words of content being written already.
Awesome.
Dropping 50K every month, boy. 50K.
There you go. What are you cranking out articles for? How much per 100 words? What would you equate it out to be? Under $1?
It's $25 for 500 words. So
whatever that is.
Whatever that is. I don't even keep track of that shit.
$25 per how many words?
500. So
that's 50 for 1,000.
Mm.
That's actually Wow, that's expensive. I'm surprised.
My guy uses sorry, I'm off to the side. My guy uses Surfer SEO and some other stuff when he does it all. So it's all SEO optimized and quote unquote whenever we get it.
Oh, so it's pretty much copy paste ready go.
That's all it is copy and paste.
So that's handy. That's worth an extra couple bucks. I've seen guys charge 25 just for that, and you've done that before. That takes time.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And then like I have, guides I'm working on guides as far as social media marketing, Google ads, all this stuff. I'm going to put it together like separate or PDFs, and then I'm going to put it together as one large book. So
I saw some VAs, very interesting VAs that have a automation tool for Surfer.
Nice.
It literally will pull it up, and then it's over here, and you could see it literally.
Nice.
Adding, it's pretty intense, dude.
Wow. I'd like to see that.
I was trying to buy that. I wanted to buy that because that would have changed a lot of things.
Yeah, if I could see it.
It can be automated, dude.
If I could see it, I can actually talk to my guys and they can create it.
Well, the girl, she figured out, not like boasting her, but she figured out who I was and like what I do. And she was like,
yeah,
no more, dude. I was like, come on.
This is the fucking used to be Black Cat World admin, and he's dropping shit in here. Get him out.
Because I was trying to get it off her and like asking her very like, what's this running on? Like, is this Ruby? Is this? How long did it take? Like, what's it? Like, what are you using here? And then I was like, well, how much? I just want the tool. Like, I won't buy the content anymore. Just how much for that? So that was pretty intense. So just knowing that, though, that can help you immensely. I've seen it done.
I'll talk to him about it. Soursop, so when she had it open, did okay. And they're cool with automation over there at Surfer?
I don't know about all that. I don't think it's like
talk to them about
I
it.
highly doubt it's a registered I don't know about all that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think
see about that.
Yeah.
So Soursop Warrior, I love Soursop, by the way. Do you guys have a good recommendation for a dedicated server provider for building out like 250 lead gen sites with WordPress? I use HawkHost and I prefer using HawkHost, and that's who I recommend all of my rank and rent partners to use is HawkHost.
Good enough as any
question. Jane, Chris and William, did you test to send chain 301s to CID link like expired 301 to 301 to 301 to CID? I have not.
I have 301, not to a CID, but to a listing. It could have been the domain. Maybe if you get a good enough domain, it could be effective. It could be helpful. But I don't know about, when you're doing all those hops, though, I don't know how that would, I don't know. Like, that might be effective for getting rid of a penalty, but I don't know about sending in for what you're trying to do. Just one if you get the right domain. But gentlemen, I have to run. It's been such a blessing. Thank you, William.
Take care, Chris. I appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Thank you all for coming. Any more questions, ask us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.
See you.
Bye.
Will. Goodbye, bro. Love you, man.
Love you too, bro. Take care.
See you, bro.